Welcome back to the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network. We're brought to you by Pelican, built tough for all situations. Go to pelican.com. YakGadget, for all your fine kayak fishing accessory needs. Go to YakGadget.com. Eastport Marina, on the beautiful shores of Dale Hollow Lake. For all your lodging, kayaking, and fishing needs, go to eastport.info. Now let's get this show started.
Hey guys, John Rapp. It's Takeover Tuesday. It's our Christmas stocking stuffer special. Let's do this.
Welcome to a special edition of the Rusty Hook Podcast, streaming live on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. 1 hour of straight talk regarding tournament news, angler profiles, gear reviews, and more. Now let's get our show started by joining with John Rapp, our host.
All right, hey guys, welcome to the Rusty Hook Kayak Fishing Podcast. We're streaming live via Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So make sure you go check out all those different platforms. You can find my socials on the top right corner there. Go hit like, follow, or subscribe, and check me out when you get time. Love to have you as a part of my network of friends and followers. Got a good show today. I had and hope to have a few people on, but I'm not sure if Krampus made his way to a few homes and has taken a few of my fellow fishermen away for today's show. But I can tell you the elves have delivered one fine friend, and we're going to bring him on now. And that would be my good buddy from North Carolina, Randy Newton. Randy, welcome to the show, brother.
What's going on? Hey, you know what? Krampus, I haven't heard that name in forever, so that was actually a pretty good lead.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Well, I just got a message from Jacob. He cannot make it. He's slammed. That's my Jacob Oldenburg, man, from Havoc Kayak Fishing, Havoc podcast down in Texas. He's a fireman full time, but he's also a salesman, hard worker for ZPRO Lithium, and apparently he's pretty busy right now with those guys. So appreciate you even consider it, Jacob. But anyway, guys, Randy, you know, we've been streaming hard today, brother. We've been working hard, putting out some content. You might talk about your show that we just completed.
Yeah, that's the best part about it is that, you know, we get that ability to do this. So earlier today we recorded and we posted already on social media our 2024 take on all the kayak tournaments for the top 3 series. So that's with KBF, Hobie BOS, and also with the Bassmaster. So we just like some pointers, some tips. We gave some suggestions of some things to do in that on those lakes and in those areas. So we went through all 3 of the series schedules and talked about them, talked about their locations. So that's what we did earlier today. So that's already live out there, social media world. You can go to Crossover Outdoors on YouTube right now and pull it up, or, you know, pull it up on my Facebook account, Randy Newton, and you can definitely find it there. But yeah, we definitely have been busy today. Got some more stuff coming down too.
Yes. I look forward to working with you a lot in 2024. Something that I wanted to mention to you is maybe us working a little bit more closer together. We mesh well. We do a lot of work together within the industry, and I'm hoping that maybe we can do a lot more work together here at Paddle and Fin with Crossover, with Rusty Hook, and whoever else wants to join us and bring us on board. But
we've also got the distinct privilege too. We get to work with a very good team of anglers, so we're also going to be doing some things for the Feelfree group, and then also for DuBro, and hopefully some of the other sponsors. So we're very excited for what 2024 has to offer.
Yeah, we are very fortunate. I got to admit, I got to agree with you there. Now I want you to go back and finish what that thought. You mentioned some of your socials. For folks that don't know you, where you work with the KBF as their personality there, doing their shows and stuff. Tell them a little bit more about where they can find you on social media.
Obviously, the best place to find me is on Facebook. You can look me up at Randy Newton. And then at the same time, we are on YouTube, is where we post all of our shows when they are live, when they're recorded. And so YouTube, if you go to Crossover Outdoors on YouTube, and you can also find a new pod episode called the Unscripted Duo, which is me and then another host on a different basis is going to be talking about random things throughout the world and also just whatever we want to talk about. That's why it's called Unscripted. So it doesn't have anything to do in particular with the industry or anything, but we may talk about fishing, we may talk about football, we may talk about whatever, but it's just that's the fun thing about that show. But yeah, then you can go on YouTube.
Yeah, and you had a great show that I got to be a part of there, but we did back on 9/11 for the 9/11 special. So guys, make sure you go look up the Unscripted Duo and look at that episode. That was quite great show. You had perspectives from a couple policemen, a person from the fishing industry in New York when everything happened. I mean, it was a really great episode.
Yeah.
So.
But no, I'm really excited. We're going to talk about some stuff today. Let's talk about what we got going on your little table over there, man.
Oh yeah. Well, the stocking stuffer for some folks should always include, especially when most of your buddies are Marines, a good set of crayons, because they get bored easy when they're fishing. And they might get hungry too. So I always recommend you keep some of these in your kayak or in your truck and handy for your Marine buddies. So, hey, Randy, what branch of service were you in?
I'm going to let you just leave with that one right there. I'll let you live.
Hell yeah, buddy. All right. I appreciate you letting an old Army boy survive. Hey man, so stockings, that's the theme and everything, guys and gals, that Randy and I wanted to talk to you about. I mean, we've got our stockings and we wanted to go over a few things that you might be interested in purchasing for your favorite angler, kayak angler, big boat, bank fisherman, wherever they can put a line in the water, they need something in their stocking.
Exactly.
So lead the way, brother. What are you thinking?
Well, I think what you need to do, sir, if you wouldn't mind, would you mind pulling up that website that we talked about?
I can. I can do that. How about that one?
There you go. Go over to DuBroFishing.com. And I'm going to tell you right now, DuBro is a sponsor of myself and also a sponsor of John. They're an amazing team. Father, son, Brian Schiller is out there in control of marketing, network, you name it. Brian's got his fingers in it, but you definitely DuBroFishing.com. And they have a couple of options that you can look at. When you go into the product section, you can go in and you can look up the kayak and boat accessories. And inside that kayak and boat accessories is kind of like got the two items that I think are very worthy of taking a look at. One, you might have them right there with you, sir, and that is those twister knobs.
Yeah, I do. Matter of fact, let me pull those out here. They're down in the bag. And the good thing about those, Randy, as you mentioned, is let's see if we can pull those up on the internet here. Well, here, let's do this first.
So while he's pulling that up, those twister knobs are very important. So they're stainless steel components inside of it, so they're never going to rust. They are very easy. Yes, they are very easy to screw down. You can do it you can just basically spin it and it automatically tightens down. It's a lot easier than the current knobs that are on a lot of the products out there nowadays. And you're going to get a lot more secured connection between your metal and your boat and your tracks. So the track system, twister track knobs they come in 4-pack. You can get them in pretty much like black, blue, green, orange, and red. And those colors are, I think, a must. Everybody should have them to change out their knobs to. New canoe seats, track seats, track mounted items, anything like that, you definitely want to make sure you get some twister track knobs and throw them in your stockings for your angler. Yep.
And there's his second item that we were talking about before we got jumped on the show, and that's the Hangman tool. Really was a hit when we were down at iCast. You can mount that to your track. It's not very big. It's about the size of your wallet, as you can see the dimensions online there.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 5 inches long by 2.5 inches wide. It's not much thicker than your wallet, but you can see it's got a couple places for tethers, a place that you can stick scissors or any other type of tool that you want to keep close to you in your kayak. I actually keep my my little 5-sided L knob tool that I use to keep my seat tight and all the in that middle bracket, keep my scissors in the right side bracket, and then of course I have my fish grips tethered to it, and my little fish tool that I use to take out hooks and stuff to it as well.
Yeah, this is a great thing to add to your kayak. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's a very, very minimal impact on your layout to your kayak, and not to mention that you're going to have that line cutter that's right there. That isn't just like a regular line cutter, isn't anything like that. That's a replaceable blade. So you can actually, once that blade starts to go bad, you can replace that blade in there, and that's a nice thing about it too. And it takes up to some pretty thick line weights. So I mean, it's got a lot of cool things. And like you said, those tethers right there on the front, those you can hook up to your Rogue Gear Company tethers or your RoboHawks or whatever you got right there. Connect your things to, and have those readily accessible, so all of your items are secure right on your kayak. And the other cool thing is too, you can use twister knobs on that too.
That's right.
I mean, come on, everything is integrated here.
Let's go back but you can see right there on the front page is the twister knobs, the twister track knobs he's talking about. And Average Joe series. Now, I've got a pack of their creature crawls right here from Dewey. They call them the Dewey Chewy crawls.
Dewey Chewies.
Okay, really great product. I also like their 5-inch hot stick. I took a bunch of those down when we were at iCast, and took those to a friend of mine. We went out on a local lake, and we went through a whole pack. I only had the one pack with me. I gave him about 5. I had 5 or 6, and we went through the whole pack. He caught probably 8 or 9 fish. I caught at least 8 or 9 fish. It was They hammered that PB&J hot stick. It has the typical type of action that you want for that type of bait. So
that's good. Yeah, so they have several other ones. The brand new one that they have out there is called a Slick Willie. It's a 6-inch swim bait. That's a brand new one that's out. Comes in 3 basic colors: black, a blue midnight with sparkle in it, and then also a pearl white one that's there. So you have those. They also have a Rump Shaker, which is, by the way, the best names ever for baits. Rump Shaker, Hot Stick, Shake and Bake. I mean, come on. You can't get any better with some of these names on.
So there it is. As you mentioned, the Slick Willie. You can get a good look at them there. They've got 3 colors that they're offering right now.
Those things just look cool. They look cool. And how many come in a pack? Does it say there? I think it says.
There's all 3 of them. They got the black and blue flake, like a green pumpkin, and then a white. Looks like they're $10 a piece.
$10 a piece, 6 inches long. 6 inches long. They come with 2, so it's about $5 a bait.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty good right there. So good couple choices: black and blue, white pearl, green pumpkin with some black flake in it. You get good options there on it. And then the Rump Shaker is another one. Now that one's got, I think that one, the Donkey Drop, the Hot Stick, and Shake and Bake. Those are the ones that have like all of their colors that they have. and you can go in and you can select those when you're inside.
You were looking at the rump shaker?
Yeah, rump shaker
Did you
is a
say
good
the
one.
rump shaker? Yeah, right there she is.
Yeah, so the rump shaker is really good. It's got great swimming action. I actually enjoyed this one. I tried this one out when I was down at ICAST when we were out at the pond or lake or whatever you want to call the thing behind the condo. And
Yeah.
I think it's just a big old flat watering hole with a gator in it, probably.
Yep.
But this thing, I used this one and then also another one in that line, which was, I think, the June bug or the PB&J. I can't remember. Anyway, one of those, the PB&J one right there. And that one, it just swam amazing inside the water. Like it actually was true. You hooked it up, you rigged it up right. It's going to swim just exactly like that. And it's got great action in the tail. You put it on a spinner bait just like that, let it drop, boom, you're going to get attacked instantly. So yeah, so the rump shaker, great one that you get, for $5.50 in a pack, you get 6 of those in there. So that's not bad. That's fairly decent price.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, very nice. Very nice. DuBro Fishing, guys and gals. You really can't go wrong. Go check them out. I love being associated with that group. I got to say, it's been a very, very enjoyable group to be around. The owner, Brian, is awesome. His son, Daniel, is a hoot to be around.
Did you just say a hoot? You said a hoot?
Yeah, we tried. I said a hoot. We tried.
I think we corrupted him that week.
We tried. I know we tried. So.
But no, like John says, the company's great. So you get an opportunity. There's tons of other items that they have at DuBro Fishing because they're really big into downriggers and a lot of that stuff for muskies and the bigger fish that are way up north in that cold waters that I don't even want to think about going in. And they're really good at, they have a lot of the bucket holders and the leader keepers that they use for all those big old baits. So you definitely want to go and do that. Check them out, DuBroFishing.com. It's a mandatory. You must at least go and look at it.
Yeah.
Before Christmas.
Yeah, they're great company to deal with. Love them, and also, DuBro is just not a fishing company. As you're well aware of, you're part of their pioneer or their bow hunting group.
Pine Ridge Archery.
Pine Ridge, yeah.
Sorry, I had to get done laughing to get it out.
I was thinking of my bank. I got Pioneer Community Bank, so yes, Pine Ridge, and then of course, guys and gals, if you're into the RC, the hobby, I mean that's where their big name is with DuBro Hobbies. They sell just about everything that you need for your airplane, your car, your boat, you name it, they have it. So.
Yeah, which was really crazy because I never knew that they were so much into the RC car thing until after hanging out with them for a week and kind of hearing the backstory of how everything kind of grew from that.
Yeah.
That department, that entity, and they're huge. If you're in the RC world, you know DuBro, like know that brand, which I was quite surprised when I actually started talking about DuBro. They're like, oh yeah, RC car wheels and stuff like that. I'm like, no, the fishing side. And they're like, there's a fishing side, so they don't even know sometimes about the crossover that's happened there. But yeah, so they've got a lot of they've got their feelers out in several different ways in the markets in the outdoor industry.
Lots of irons in the fires.
That they do. What else do you have in your bag? So we'll move on from DuBro. What else you got in your bag over there?
Well, it's the typical little things that we always need. Is your terminal tackle. I've got some hooks, and I had some custom made stuff. But if you can't get custom made, they're always the stuff that you can find at Walmart. But these are some shroom heads that I have.
Wait, that's a totally different title when you say shroom head, so be careful.
Yeah, be careful with that. We are talking about hooks, my friends.
There we go. I just want to make sure we made that quite clear.
Another style that I have here, they're actually with the wide gap with the mushroom head on the bottom of them. So I use that type of style hook a lot, where here in West Virginia. I'm more of primarily a river fisherman, and
that's a custom brand, right? So tell them exactly who that's
yes.
from.
Well, it's a guy out of Virginia. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. He asked me too quick. I'm getting old, but I'll come up with it here in a minute. But yeah, he I was down at a show at Just Fishing, and he had a booth there, and they do all of their work. So I went over and grabbed a pack of 500 hooks with those offset, and gave them to him. And a week later, he called me before I was going to the Paddle and Fin event, and he said, "Man, your hooks are ready." He had put 500 mushroom heads on those for me in different sizes. So,
what is the name of that company? I'm drawing a blank now too. Hold on. It's an individual.
Oh,
it's his name.
I got it right here somewhere.
Yeah. So while he's looking that up, I'm going to give my next suggestion. And always inside of a stocking is it's probably going to be a little bit more on the pricier end of what you would normally put in a stocking. But if you got an angler, or if you got somebody that's outside in the weather, in the elements all the time, you know that angler is going to need a kicking pair of sunglasses. All right. And we had this conversation a little bit before the show, and I have not done a full review on these, but this is the Hobie eyewear. The brand new ones out. I mean, these are the ones you throw them over your kayak. They're going to be floating in the water. You go in a boat, they're going to float in the water. You're out walking around with kids and you drop them off the side of a bridge or something like that. They're going to be floating in the water. All right. So this is the Hobie eyewear. The brand the style I love the most is actually the Coastal Float ones. And I'm trying to get the actual name of the actual. Okay, so it's a Coastal Float. These are like an everyday lifestyle. They're very nice, very slimline. But we were talking about this. Between my nines, my Costas, my everything that I've had throughout the industry, these are the lightest and also the most bang for your buck. You're going to get a clear image, clear pictures out of these. We had a good experience with these when we were down in South Florida. I've worn these in the fog up here in North Carolina, getting through the fogs and through the rains, and I play a lot of disc golf up and through the trees and all that. It's clear as day.
That's where they impressed me when we were coming back from ICAST, and we ran into that traffic between Columbia and Rock Hill, where we got into some heavy downpours.
Right.
Matter of fact, it probably saved me from being involved in a car wreck, because there was a car wreck in front of us in that rain. Somebody hydroplaned, and I was able to avoid it because I could see.
Well, and you were at that wreck, and then I was at that wreck 10 minutes later, and he's like, "Did you see that?" I'm like, "Well, I didn't see it happen, but I saw what the aftermath was." And it was all because of rain. Simple rain. That's all it was.
Yep.
And we were able to see through it, no problem. I was able to go through traffic, get around it, and move on while everybody else was still freaking out. So a good set of sunglasses you need to go and look at is the Hobie eyewear. Hobie is doing a big push right now, and this is their go-to basically item that they're pushing right now during Christmas, obviously besides some of the kayaks and things like that. But this is their biggest item that they showcased at ICAST this year, and these glasses have been amazing. I'm actually going to buy some more because I like them a lot. Hobie eyewear.
Yeah, they are good. I mean, and we're talking about using them when you're driving and stuff, but I mean, I've used them out on the water after July. Look, when I was on the New River, a little bit stained water, was able to see the bottom, the ledges, around the ledges, so I could navigate, not bust up my kayak in that small low water, but also was able to see fish moving along them, and I found that pretty important. I mean, because it's nice to be able to see a fish 10, 12, 15 feet away when you're moving that way, because you can stop, you can back off, and you can throw something in there and catch that fish and running it off. So it's very important.
Yep. So that's my suggestion for the stocking. Hobie eyewear. Grab you a pair. You won't regret it.
So
What you got?
pulling out I got a few more things in here that I find it's always important, and you can find these type of things at your local hardware store or your fishing store, sporting goods store, your WalMarts, and I got these at Lowe's, and it's just one of those headlamps that you can have when you're out there at the ramp early in the morning, and you're setting your line up, getting your boat in water and stuff like that. Always good to have a good set of of lights. I've got the same thing that you can buy like in the tool section. It's out there. I don't know. Is the kind that you put on your neck and you got the light there. The stuff you hardware area in Lowe's with your tools. So you always need your fisherman always needs fishing line. Get your good Cabela's brand, or check and see what they got out in the garage next to their boat, and get online and order it. I've got some Berkeley Vanish here. I like that. This is what I would use when I was down in Florida, because it's a 17-pound test line. So able to get them big Randy Newton fish out of them big watering holes down there.
Yep, fishing line is always king. So make sure you go and get the one that they like, though. If you get the one that they don't like, trust me, you're going to hear about it. Go outside, take a look, see what they got. Best place to go to try to find it, too, other than the big box stores, if they've got certain brands, like the Berkeley brands and things like that, you could go and get those at Walmart at a great price, and you could fill up somebody's fishing tackle box real quick with some lines from Walmart. It's a great place to go and just check out their fishing section. I like going there and just looking to see what they got sometimes. Sometimes they have the most random things in the world.
This is another place that really impressed me, Randy. Actually, in the past, we've worked with them, and you came on the Rusty Hook podcast and actually gave away some certificates that you had.
Yes.
For these guys. I know you've been working with them for years. I've been fortunate to just start working with them and start. But they had an awesome Black Friday sale, and so I've talked about this previously on prior shows. I made an order Friday morning for a couple of their specials. I sent you a message, said, "Hey, I'm gonna get this order. What do you think?" And you're like, "Do it, man." And I'm like, so I got 2 flugers.
Is that the Presidentes or which one?
The President, baby.
Nice.
I got 2 of them. Good price. I think they were on sale from $79 to $59 or $49. I can't remember the exact price. But
phenomenal.
This is the one that really got me and it piqued my interest, because I've been throwing bait casters for about 4 or 5 years, and I'm still learning how to use them and learning what they are. But the speed from this one here is what really kicked me in, is the old Cast King speed reel. But they had these on sale. Buy one, get one for free.
What?
So you might want to go check out Fish USA, folks. Sign up for their newsletter, because I'm telling you, they have a great marketing group. They will send you an email daily on their specials.
And the great thing about Fish USA is it's catered for everything. So it's not just for one type of fishing and like cold weather fishing. It has all the gear, all the top brands from all over the fishing industry at this particular site. So it can be a one-stop shop if you choose to fish through them, choose to make your purchases through them. And they have passion for the industry. They're all fishermen themselves. They all know the things that they like. They all know the things that anglers like. So you get the option right there. Like right now, like you see that the gill sinking Savage Gear lure, they're normally $6.99. You're getting them for like $3.50. Like that's ridiculous. You go into their clearance sections or what they have on sale, and there's tons of things. Like I could spend an hour just going through the clearance section and putting things in the cart that I want.
And as you can see, when you're on their page, if you sign up, you can get 10% off right away. But here's their clearance section.
I mean, whole spools of line that you can get, like at places that you can't even find things. The Berkeley Power Bait, the Gilly soft bait right there, the one that's like got some of the best action. Normally $10 a package, right now on sale for $5.69. I mean, they have tons of stuff. If you're going crappie fishing, you're going small fish, you're going specks, you're doing anything, they have a bait and they have the stuff that you can go. So it's ice fishing, everything in general, you can go there. They have batteries for fishing, for your fishing electronics. They have electronics. I mean, everything you could possibly imagine is it's my one-stop shop where I go to fish, get my supplies, because that's it. FishUSA.com.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said there, really impressed with it. So, just got a message from Dustin. Maybe he'll jump on and join us here. We'll see.
He's waking up over there.
Yeah. I think he's crawling up out of bed there. We got our Eastern time zone versus Central time zones mixed up, I believe.
Happens all the time. I know that heartache.
So, hey guys, we've been streaming now for a little over 30 minutes. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
ZPRO Lithium, serious power in 12, 24, and 36 volt applications. Bluetooth capable. Go to ZPRO Lithium for more. DuBro Fishing, American-made marine applications and locally manufactured soft plastics. Visit DuBroFishing.com. Feelfree Kayaks, paddle, pedal, or power. There's something for everyone. Check out feelfreeus.com. YakGadget, American-made kayak fishing accessories and gear. Go to YakGadget.com for your rigging needs. Ace Adventure Resort, West Virginia's #1 destination for hiking, biking, ziplining, whitewater rafting, and more. Check out aceraft.com. Westbrook Supply Co, Georgia's premium supplier for all your kayak rigging supplies and fishing equipment. Go visit westbrooksupply.com.
Yeah. So, first hour is over. We will start up on our second half of the show. But I think that I want to talk about something that we need to get all of you guys set up on your calendars for 2024. If you haven't paid attention to the show here, you might want to take a look at this. Go to Turning X and get signed up.
I can't believe that's in January, the 27th and 28th. This is so quick.
No, it's in March or
March.
April 27th and 28th.
Did I say January? Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, the time's flying by so quick. I don't even know what months it is nowadays, besides the fact that it's Christmas and it's Christmas everywhere. But yeah, so Dale Hollow is our big event for paddle and fin. Not only is it just a time to get together and go fish for some cash, but it's also a time to go and meet other anglers. So there's a massive social networking part of this that is kind of like how the old style boondoggles was. You meet at a place, you went fishing and hung out for a period of time. And this is a week. It's not just like 1 or 2 days. It's quite a while. So you go down there, you hang out in Dale Hollow at Eastport Marina down there, and just have a blast. I know that in the past they've had several anglers that have kind of almost taken the whole thing. Like last year, the guy that won every day, didn't he?
Yeah, he's 2 years in a row, man. I mean, he won the Big Bass Pool last year, both days, and I think he won both of them for this year. But he killed it. I mean, like we talked before, he caught fish on the bed, and when you're catching smallmouth, 5 fish over 100 inches, you're catching some big smallmouth. That's quality fish, unbelievable. But hey, you know what? I think Krampus has released one of his prisoners. One of the hostages. Krampus, he, you can tell he's an old Marine because he fought his way out of hell, got away from Krampus, and he's made the show. Guys, let's bring on our good buddy from Texas, Dustin Nichols.
Oh, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm I don't know if I fought my way out of hell, but I sure did. Just wake up, probably woken, got sleep in my eyes still. I'm on graveyards right now, so whew.
Hey, man, I know that you probably just woke up and everything, but I think there's some background noise there. Might check that, Dustin. But while you're looking at that, man, I know you might be a little hungry, and that's better if you.
I didn't condone this, Dustin. I didn't say anything about this. I let this be.
I know you might be a little hungry, and you just had a hard battle fighting your way from Cramble. So I got you some stuff here.
My favorite is burnt orange. burnt orange. That's the one. That's the one I need.
Yeah.
I'll eat the paper and all. It's all good.
I love it. Hey, man, so I appreciate you. I was telling Randy that we had a little mix-up there with East Coast versus Central Time. But
I'm Central.
I know you're working those long night shifts and stuff, so appreciate you jumping on real quick.
Oh, yeah, so, no problem.
Hey, man, take over. We've already talked a little bit about some of the things like lights and fishing line and hooks, things like that. What are you thinking? What would you like as an angler? What are you going to give, or what would you want to receive in your stocking?
Oh man, I tell you what, those new my buddy Eugene Moore actually got the name for the new bait from DuBro, the Dewey line, that new swim bait they're coming out with, the Slick Willie.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm going to entice some trophy-sized speckled trout with those. Sure am. I'm hoping I get them do some laminate colors on those here coming up. I know they wanted to get those launched and everything. Those look real nice. They're going to have a real cool swagger. I'd like to get some of those or give some of those to somebody.
Man, I think it's so
good.
Cool that it's so cool you mentioned that, because we just did a big spotlight on DuBro and some of the stuff. Like we showed their track knobs.
Yep, twister track knobs. It's one of my favorite accessories of the year. All the colors available and everything. So man, that's hard to beat those as well.
And you're a salt dude, man. You got all your equipment. You're doing a lot of saltwater work, and the fact that it's got that stainless steel definitely makes you feel a little bit more secure about hitting the water and not worrying about something breaking off because it's rusted out on you. But yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's always nice to have something you can depend on. And then just like you said, that stainless insert on those, man, they thread right on, they spin right on, spin right off. Tight, all good. We're blowing up DuBro right now. I'm telling you though, but they got some killer stuff, man. I'm that's what I said. I'm just excited. I'm also excited about that swim bait, man. I'm talking about. Ooh, the bass gonna eat it. Everything gonna eat it. Big redfish gonna eat it on the flats. Burning that pearl color one. They gonna eat it. They gonna eat that thing.
Brother, I know that the guys that watch us here on the Paddle and Fin Network know about your show and everything, but the guys here in West Virginia that are following the Rusty Hook page, won't you tell them a little bit about you, what you do, and I mean definitely talk about how often that we see you featured in some of these magazines and what you do for them. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, brother.
Oh yeah, Dustin Nichols. I'm in the coastal Bend area of Texas. I'm also the team manager for Jackson Kayak. Just super excited to fish out of a kayak. I have been for so long now. It just opened up so many more opportunities here in coastal Texas, because we do have really shallow bay systems. We a lot of people do wade fishing and everything, but it's just nice to get to places where the boats can't, and that's what the kayak does. So just being on the water, man, is a plus. And then where I'm at, I'm Fayette, Lake Bastrop, Choke Canyon, all them are hour and a half from me. Sam Rayburn, Toledo Bend, 3.5, 4 hours away, and then all the lakes up in central Texas and going towards East Texas. There's a lot of opportunity here as a kayak angler as well. And, I've just been fortunate enough to pick up some great partnerships and sponsors along the way, and then have some, just enjoy riding. And there's a magazine here, Saltwater Angler, and I do some articles in there, sharing a little bit about the area. I really frequent my kind of home waters area around Port Lavaca, Lavaca Bay, Port O'Connor, Kellers Bay, and all that. And then, Texas is known for its speckled trout fishery, top notch, trophy size fish. I was just down there, fishing some stuff, south of Corpus, the other day, and actually got a couple good fish.
Yeah, that was the photos you just posted, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just posted a couple photos of that. I got a couple reels I need to put together, just a couple videos and stuff. But yeah, I had posted a picture of a toothy critter, speckled trout, the vampires of the saltwater, whatever. They got these two big fangs, and then their teeth are all in their kind of yellow outlined mouth, and they're just a vicious fish, man. They're opportunistic feeders. They are, super predator of the flats. They'll ambush everything. If you look, I posted a picture of a bait, a fish with a bait in its mouth, and it was just like T-boned. It was like in its mouth sideways. It's a corky. It's a floating, that one was a floater. It's a floating twitch bait, that has a little cork inside with a little rattle, and then it's a molded plastic around it, kind of a bulbous bait. It remembers like a mullet profile. So yeah, that's my Facebook. Oh yeah, right there. Yeah.
So
that's it.
So how did you fish that, and how did that toothy critter hit it?
Yeah, that thing right there, I set up on some potholes. It's little sandy areas within the grass flats, and you just kind of target those areas that they conceal themselves for to ambush the prey they're looking for. And I just kind of target them and cast around the edges, and that sinks at about 2 seconds, a foot every 2 seconds. So I was in about 3.5, 4 foot of water, and
so
just letting it sink down and just slow twitch, kind of like a walk the dog under the water. It kind of just zigzags a little bit, and then you pause it. I had twitched it like 3 times and just think, and it thumps it. It's known as the corky thump for a reason, because there's no other feeling when a big trout like that, freaking steamrolls your bait. It about rips the rod out your hand sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the guys here are not real saltwater savvy, and so I was just curious how you your presentation was with that. If it was sort of like a bass presentation.
Oh yeah, they're. Sometimes you need to finesse them, and sometimes the water temp the other day was 64, which is great. They're still pretty aggressively feeding, especially pre-front and stuff like that. When it's going to cool down, they're going to want to fatten up and build a little up in their belly. But yeah, like the limit on those, the length limit's like 15 to 25 inches, which is the slot limit. That one was a little over 26, so that's starting to get up there in the 6.5 pound range, which is a pretty dang solid fish. Anything in the upper, starting to get up 27, 28, dang nice, and then over 30 is like the unicorn, the dirty 30. Definitely, yeah. I've broke 30 with the mouth is open, but if you close the mouth, it was 29.75. So I didn't really count that one. But I've had a bunch in the, 28 and a half, 29, 29 and a half, 29, 29. I've had a bunch up there. I haven't quite, in my opinion, I hadn't legitimately cracked the over 30 yet. And I've been waiting on it. I hooked a fish 3 cast after that fish that had the bait pictured, and it was a giant one as well. And the redfish live on those flats as well, and then live in the back marsh systems, and they're the bulldog of the saltwater, and they can run up in the freshwater, in the brackish stuff as well. They're awesome to catch, and they school up and just push bait against the bank, and you can just see them, across a back lake. You can see the birds running down the bank, and you're like, what are those birds doing? And they're chasing the bait that's getting pushed up by the redfish, and you'll see them. Those reds will just be marching down the bank, just in a school, like you'll see them popping the shrimp and stuff coming out. It's pretty cool.
That has to be one of the most fun species to catch. I've been fortunate to only catch a couple, but man, I love living through you and seeing all the redfish that you throw up on your pages over the course of the year. I guess you spent this time of year. You're really hitting it hard, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm kind of chasing the speckled trout. I kind of transitioned like all through the summer. We have tournaments. So I fished some of the bass trails as well, the Texas Kayak Bass League, and then I had big plans this year, and stuff happens like always. But I was going to go on and hopefully next year, we got the Texas Bass Nation, the Bassmaster, trail in Texas looks amazing. And then the Jackson Kayak Trail that Lance McWhorter's running is looking pretty good for next year as well. So I'm going to try to pick and choose a few of those, and then some of the Bassmaster national events as well. We'll see how that goes. I always like to throw my hat in there, because that's what I did come up doing as well as inshore. I came up, bass fishing from, originally from southeast Georgia, fishing the tidal, the Satilla, and the Autumn Hall River systems there. So yeah, it's, I'm just fortunate to be in a killer area that I can fish all kinds of stuff. But yeah, those redfish are tough to beat in the fall, starting, September, October into November. They really get keyed in on that bait. When we have a fresh shrimp hatch, and they're back there in those back lakes. We're talking 2 foot or less of water, and just you got to battle the duck hunter at certain times, when they're all back there in their blinds and stuff. But, normally where I fish out of, there's not a whole lot. They're in an airboat, and I talk to them, most of them that are hunting back there, especially during the week. I fish a lot during the week, because I work shift work. So it helps me out.
A lot of those guys know who you are probably by first name. You're out there so much. So.
Yeah. There's quite a few of them that have been hunting that. A couple of the areas I frequent, they've been hunting it for 30 plus years in the family and everything. And I've been fishing that. Might not have been in a kayak, might have been in a little skiff or a little boat for over 25 years myself. So yeah, it's a cool little area, for sure.
Yeah. Well, hey, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. So other than a few lights and knives and things like that, what else would you else throw in a stocking?
Oh, in a stocking, what else? Oh man, I definitely have some lures in there as well, man. I got a hookup from Grande Bass and Skinny Water. I helped develop some of their new skinny tricks. Little finesse swim bait, 4-inch, little smaller one with a smaller profile. Definitely throw a couple bags of there. Their beaver bug or creature crawl is really good. So a little creature bait, I've definitely cashed some checks on that on the bass side. Definitely throw a few packs of them in there. And then, with YakGadget's always got some new stuff, new little gear that can fit in a stocking too. So, maybe a quad rod stager or, something like that new little multi-tool.
Yeah, you just released that.
Just add a new little multi-tool mount. Stuff like that can go in a stocking. That's great. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, sweet.
Yeah,
Shoot.
we'll see what we could do. Yeah, man. I was like, man, I gotta wake up. My alarm went off, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go take my time and go come jump on. And then I looked, and I was like, hey, he's already on. I was like, oh, it's like it must be the time zone deal. Must have got us.
It was. Yeah, it was. I tried to get Jacob Oldenburg on too, but he's all tied up doing stuff for apartment and ZPRO Lithium. So
Right.
we could, yeah, where he's doing.
Yeah, he's running around, and then
Yeah.
Randy was on. He jumped off. I was like ready to yap at him a little bit down there, and you know.
He sent me a message while we were talking there. He said that he just got a phone call. It was a business call, so he's like jumped off to take it and said he wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and
Oh, right on.
tell everybody be blessed and stuff like that. So yeah, Randy's a good dude. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I met Randy at ICAST, many years back.
yeah, we
all
got
had
together
a
and had dinner.
had all dinner there at that one little place. I always forget the name of that place, but
That was a
yeah.
good time.
yeah, be ready for this coming year. I don't have, I'm not on the outage during it, so my outage is later in the year. So it looks like coming into 24, I'll be able to make it. Yeah, just fishing. Had some good news coming too. Have some different news about to come out.
Well, yeah. I think this episode airs next Tuesday, so I think that announcement should be made before then, shouldn't it?
I would hope so. What is today? Wednesday? Yeah.
Today's Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and share that, man? Why don't you talk about what's happening?
Yeah, man. It's a little bit of a change. We're moving into 24, kind of looking at some options and everything, and I'm going to move. That's got some opportunity to come my way, and I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna join the ZPRO team, ZPRO Lithium, coming on with ZPRO.
Are you gonna be like that big old trout that you had we showed there a little bit ago, and you're going to like sink your teeth into that ZPRO?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a bite. Oh yeah, for sure.
We're definitely tickled to have you on board, and I think all of your stuff may have be shipped today. I got an email last night that they were working on it. What held us up was the battery chargers. I wasn't sure if you needed them or you didn't need them, but
oh yeah.
So that should be out. I'll double check on that. I'll send you a tracking message on that. Hopefully you have it by Friday. So.
Shoot, yeah, be stoked on that. I plan on, I'll be on days next week, and then I start my long change, so I'll be geared up and ready to go with a week off, and hopefully a couple little fronts come through. Push the water temp down just a little bit more.
Yeah, man, I hope that does happen for you. Did you get the email with the graphic?
Oh yeah, sure did.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna work. I just got it. I'll send it over to my Rapp guy, and we'll get that taken care of. Add it to the truck. And
well, I was gonna say, is that vehicle getting swapped out for that other vehicle you were looking at?
It will be.
We were talking about
it won't be until after the year. Yeah, it won't be till after the new year. Probably more like February.
I think I may have lost you, Dustin. Daggone it.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, there you go. You're back.
That's weird. I didn't ever popped out, man. I don't know. You know how the internet is. It can be funky, but yeah, I'm probably not getting a new vehicle till probably February.
Okay. I knew you were talking about making a move. That'll be a good move for you. It'll save you on the gas mileage, no doubt.
It's possible. We'll see how everything goes. Those new Canyons are, they went up, man.
Yeah, I feel for the guys that have to. I just hit 100,000 on my Dodge or my Ram, but it's a 2019.
Yeah.
Now that I I'm not working and I'm sitting here, I'm actually saving a little bit of mileage. But it's funny, you know, I spent all that time driving to Florida and Tennessee and you know, Pennsylvania for different tournaments and fishing scenes that I basically kept about the same amount of mileage on the vehicle that I've been doing when I was going to work daily. So
yeah, I got a little work car. My father-in-law gifted me a 2010 Toyota Camry, so I've been driving it back and forth to work for about 4 months now. So I've saved tremendously on miles because it's 42 miles each way to work.
That's it. Well, I was driving
45-minute drive every day. Yeah. So, and my truck's I've had my truck it's been a year. It was a year on November 6th. So then I got 35,000 on it in a year.
Wow, you know, you're putting 100 miles a day. You're working 300 days a year when you don't take a vacation.
Not quite 300 days a year. I work less than half the year. With my vacation time switched in, and then I work 14 days out of 28. It's all split up in shifts, you know.
But you do like a 12 hours.
Yeah, they're 12. I work 12. I work 7 days, 7 nights within the month. You know, and they're split up 3 and 4, 3, 4. You know, there's one little short change there that I just like. That's what I came off. I worked Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was off Monday, and today's Wednesday, and I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, and then I'm off for like 3 days, and I work 4. Then I'm off 7. Then I work 4 nights. Then off 3. Then back on those 3 days again. It's a killer schedule to fish because I can fish. 5 minutes from the gate of the complex I work at, I'm on the water.
That's outstanding. But people don't realize that you know, you have that other job. I mean,
I got a full-time job. I've been there 25 years. I work in a petrochemical industry. Yeah.
You got that job, and then you got your side jobs and your writing that you do for all the magazines.
The content and you know, helping Jackson with R&D and you know, helping manage the fishing team and everything, you know, put new members on there and, you know, keeping everything going. It's a lot to juggle. And then, you know, partnership, sponsor obligations as well, you know, to stay on top of things like that. Very fortunate to have a great support of a local rod company. Just went over and made a move to Shimano about 2.5-3 months ago. You know, Torquedo's always been good to me. You know, DuBro, a couple of other brands, you know, Real Sportswear, Catch, you know, Duke and Catch has been a big supporter of the event I put on every year, the Redfish Greenfish Smackdown. You know, it's a multi-species 2-day event. You fish for redfish the first day, and then you fish for bass the second day on a lake bass drop. You know, had great support from, you know, Skinny Water on that. Just everybody, YakGadget, you know, I'm very lucky to have a bunch of support from the industry. You know, it's pretty dang cool. Beck and Masson Coastal Bend. I got a local meat market, the Chopping Block. You know, everybody, if y'all follow me, y'all always see some good food as well as the fishing content. So, you know, I happen to be, I'm a trained chef. I actually, you know, went to culinary school back in the day and did an apprentice program and moved up through the ranks in the restaurant industry and worked around as a chef for a while before I moved to Texas and worked in it for a little while here. Then I got on at the chemical plant my dad's at and been there for 25 years. I still cater on the side a little bit. This time of year, you know, I just, you know, when I want to.
That's if you're not out doing some skateboarding at your age. Or
that too. Yeah, I'm still rolling around on that wooden toy as well a little bit here and there. It's been feeling pretty good lately, so I've been hitting it a little more, trying to shed a few pounds, you know, be a little more active. You know, we start getting in our 50s and it's tough, man. It's tough to stay on top of things. So
definitely know that feeling, man.
Especially this time of year, all that good food and Thanksgiving and then Christmas coming up and all the little parties and, you know, tis the season, you know, have a couple, you know, ranch waters, you know, man, I've been drinking. Those are good, dude. Instead of a margarita, instead of like the margarita mix, it's basically like a like a lime Topo Chico with tequila.
Yeah.
Then I squeeze fresh lemon, lime, and orange juice in there. Slice up a couple strawberries and a couple thin slices of jalapeno in there. Make a spicy little ranch water, dude. Dude, they're so good. No heartburn from the sweet and sour from the margarita mix. So, yeah, they pretty good.
That sounds really good, man.
Pretty good, man.
So you got to work tonight, or you getting ready to
Yeah,
head out?
I'm about to work. Yeah, I work tonight. I'm gonna go. Once I jump off here, I'm gonna re-rig a couple rods, retie some leaders, and then I'm taking my stuff with me. I'm fishing in the morning after work.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna fish for a couple hours in the morning.
I definitely want to apologize for our miscommunications. But I am so tickled that we were able to get you on here and get you to talk a little bit about what you could throw in a stocking to make your anglers happy. And shout out with your socials again for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
They can follow you if they're not already following here on the Paddle and Fin when you're doing your Chasing the Tide episodes. So.
Right. Yeah, it's here, I'm gonna put it up on here real quick.
I mean, I've got your Facebook page up, and they can see. We can share with them all your different staff that you do. As you can see, I mean, Dustin is well versed in the industry. There's a lot of companies that he works with, as he mentioned there a little bit ago. And yeah,
It's me trying to edit one from the other day. Trying to work on the fly, yeah. But yeah, I'm
got right here down at the bottom. You got Dustin on Instagram, Tide Waters on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then some of the websites that you're part of. So.
Yeah, you follow me on the IG at Dustin Nichols VTX at DUSTINNICHOLS at VTX Dustin Nichols VTX, and that's on TikTok as well. I'll post just basically my reels. I just double post them over there as well. YouTube is Tidewaters Fishing. I'm not really that active on there because I gave that a go like I don't know 4 or 5 years ago, and then kind of posted through there. It's just hard to stay on top of editing videos all the time, so I'll just throw some shorts up there every now and then, a couple of tips and different things. But yeah, that's about it. Facebook, just Dustin Nichols. I don't have a fishing page. That's just add me as a friend. I'll add pretty much whoever until I got to cap out. I'll cap out pretty soon. I'm pushing the 5,000 on that, but I thought about converting it to a fishing page. I probably need to do that and get that rolling. But yeah, my segment is Chasing the Tide. It's without a G. Chasing CHASIN the Tide. It's also I also have a Facebook page for that as well. Chasing the Tide. So yeah, it's more of saltwater kind of kayak podcast. Kayak fish podcast.
It's the premier saltwater kayaking fishing podcast.
Yeah, we have a couple shows on the coming up on the queue. It's tough just being busy. I used to do a show every other week, and it's just tough to stay on top of that with trying to schedule guests and be on top of things and keep it relevant. It is kind of tough. I'll put that out there for anybody that wants to start a podcast. Yeah.
I'm telling you,
it's fun, like that's what we always make fun of. My wife always says, you can talk the paint off of the wall. And I said, yeah, I know that. That's why I host a podcast, I guess. But it all started as a guest on Paddle and Fin back in the day, 4 or 5 years ago. It's been a while. Awesome. Brian and, Jay were actually on Jackson at the time, before Brian went to New Canoe, and they said, you need to come on the show, talk a little bit about. I had just won a tournament punching, like in deep hydrilla with 1 ounce punch weight, was punching and cold 3 fish the last hour, and won this tournament on Lake Bastrop, and they're like, come on, talk about that technique, and and then talk about the saltwater and talk about this, and then the next thing you know, he said, dude, you ought to just host a show. Why don't you come on over and join the crew? I was like, think I could do that, you know. And back then we were recording on Skype and you know, just things now I've got so much easier with this StreamYard, and then, you know, part of Waypoint now, and getting a little growth out of it, and it's been a pretty cool ride, you know. I'm lucky I can still do one episode a month and kind of keep up with it, you know. It's definitely fun, you know, to get on, talk to people from all over the country. You know, I've had people on from, you know, Connecticut that fish Long Island Sound chasing stripers, to, you know, somebody in California chasing the lingcod in the Cabo Zone, and, you know, some guys from South Florida, you know, then a lot of guys in Texas, you know, all along the Gulf Coast as well. So it's pretty cool, the diversity we can see with all the anglers that come on the show. It's always pretty good. Always share a little bit of knowledge and tactics, and then I have a thing called Quick Five, where I just come up with 5 multi-choice answers. It could be your favorite sports team, could be food, could be baits, could be fish. You never know. I'm just going to throw it to you on the fly, and you just got to answer it. Bam, bam, bam. So
love it. Yeah, I love it. I have that do a sort of similar thing with my angler profiles. I haven't done one. I haven't fixed one up in a while, but I need to do that. I've got 2 of them queued here, but I haven't showed them because I keep running them so much. I need to delete them and add some fresh content. But man, hey, I'll let you go. Nothing but love for you. Welcome aboard.
yes, sir, brother.
To ZPRO. We're definitely glad to have you on board, and wish you nothing but well. And I'm sure that we'll get together again between now and Christmas with the big Paddle and Fin Christmas special.
Oh yeah.
Break for the year, but be blessed. Nothing but love for you, my friend. And,
Yes, much love, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate everything you do for the podcast and for ZPRO and everything. So looking forward to going into 24 with the bang there. So see what happens.
God bless you. Be safe.
Yes, sir. Take care, brother.
All right, brother. All right. Glad we got Dustin on board, man. It was really a pleasure to catch up with him and hear about what he's got going on. And you know, if you need to go follow his page or friend him, he is always being published for his work and his fishing. He's an excellent writer, and I highly recommend that you go read some of the articles that he's wrote for all the different publications that he's involved with. You can see everything that he does and who he's associated with on his Facebook page. Really feel I'm honored that I get to work with him here with the Paddle and Fin Media Group, and especially tickled that he's jumping over with us at ZPRO Lithium Batteries. From me to you and my family to yours, from Randy and all of us at Paddle and Fin, I just wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and I hope that the few things that we shared with you in the stockings that you can give to your angler maybe gives you an idea or two when you head out to the store to get for your favorite angler. Anyway, nothing but love. Be blessed, and this will be the last episode that I do for the Rusty Hook for this year. 49 episodes and several live feeds. We've had a good year out on the circuit here on Paddle and Fin and Rusty Hook. But look for us to start again fresh in the second week of January. So anyway, from John Rapp and family, nothing but love.